Never say never. This is so true. It all started a few years ago when I watched all these YouTube videos about tiny houses. Like, I was obsessed with van life and campervan. Not for me. I've been actually looking for property to build a tiny house or a micro house for 2 years or even longer now, and it's just not happening. Right now I'm living in a flat here in a very small city in Austria, and although the space is lovely and I'm very grateful to be able to be here, it was only meant to be temporary while I'm looking for a property, and I thought it wouldn't take as long as it did. So I'm still here and I really don't like city life. I just don't. I'm craving nature and having space and being able to just walk outside and be in nature, you know. Although I'm not really happy being here, I also don't want to settle for just anything. I don't want to settle for less than what I'm really feeling. You know, one thing I live by is, if it's not a hell yes, then it's a no. This is something I just came to experience for myself, has always turned out to be true. Either something is right and you know it, or it's just not it. And sometimes if we get impatient, we tend to maybe settle for less because we think, well, if I don't take this, I won't have anything. That's why I think it's so important to have this trust in life. There's always a reason. If something you really want doesn't work out, there's always a reason for it, because something else is still waiting for you. A very unexpected solution showed up. The YouTube algorithm, bless him, or it, or her, gave me a video about van life with cats. And I do have a cat now, which also came to me very unexpectedly and turned out to be just what I needed. So I can't really travel. I can't go away very long or far. So the idea of being able to travel with a cat and have my home with me in the van, just something clicked, like, whoa, that's the perfect solution. Like, I can be with nature, take the cat with me, I can live sustainably and off the grid just as I wanted with the tiny house, and I can explore Austria and nature and see the different areas that I have never been to before, and maybe on the way I'll find a property, who knows. I would have never thought of it myself, just life brought it somehow. And I find it so fascinating that we always think we know what we want or what is good for us, but oftentimes it's something else. But when it's here, you just know that's it. It's all about trusting that life knows and is on your side and will bring the right things at the right time. So again, a similar situation with the van. I found one that was quite nice. I wanted to buy it, and somebody else was a little bit quicker and it was already gone, which was quite frustrating at the time. But what I didn't know is that just a week or so after, I would find Walter. And Walter, it was just love at first sight. I knew this is it. This is perfect. This is better than perfect. This is everything and more that I had wished for in a van. I really trust that if things don't work out or if something doesn't feel right, then there's something better. And yeah, it was like this with Walter, and now he's mine. And I couldn't be happier, and I'm so grateful that this has worked out like that. But something else I live by is that es muss passend sein, aber nicht perfekt, which translates to it has to be a good fit, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Because I see that in spiritual circles with this whole law of attraction and manifestation stuff, there's this romantic idea that if something's meant for you, then it should just be easy and come to you and flow, and you know, are no problems and everything's great. And that's not really how it is. There's still life happening, mistakes can happen, problems can show up. There's work to do, stuff to do. So I can, tell you in my example, after I bought the van, a lot of problems still came up. I had to pick it up in Berlin, which is like, I drove like 7 hours or something with the train to Berlin. So many people were traveling that day. There was a heat wave exactly at that time, which was fun. something with the payment didn't work out, so I was stuck 2 hours there trying to get PayPal to work, and then I had to drive back in 36 degrees Celsius in a van without AC or any, you know, kind of cooling system. I stopped quite a few times to just put my head under the sink in order to cool down somewhat. Trying to keep it cool because there was again quite a long drive, and yeah, just stuff like that kept happening. But I did not once doubt whether that means that something was wrong or that this wasn't meant to be, or, you know, life happens, but it's all worth it if you know fundamentally that something is right for you, and I think that is what it's all about. So I just got back from the Ministry for Finances, or whatever it's called. Today should have been the day where I finally, after 1 month of this stuff, got to register the car, but there was again one document missing, and now I have to find out how to get that again. Yeah, fun times. That's what you usually not see. At this point I'm just basically laughing because it's so funny, like how many stepping stones or like blocks there are in the way. It's a whole story with lots of complications because I imported it from Germany, and it was, you know, built out as a camper van. There are so many like restrictions and things I had to do in order to get the car here, and so it's been 2 months and it will be another 2 or 3 weeks until it's done. I have never in my life had to make so many phone calls and go to so many different places and to get documents and stuff, and it has cost me lots of nerves. But I think now we are in the final stretch and I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I think in 3 weeks or so I will be able to drive the van. So in this time I couldn't drive the car. I was able to do a lot of work, things that still needed to be done. I mean, it was already so perfect when I bought it. It's just, you know, I got so lucky that I found something that already had so much built in. Again, it's just such a gift. But still there were a few things, just practical things that needed to be done. I'll show you a little van tour now, and I filmed some clips of what I did. So when I first saw the van, I thought, this is too good to be true. This will probably also be gone already. But I wrote a really nice message and I got a lovely reply back. The girl who built the van just graduated, and she did all of this by herself with the help of a girlfriend of hers, which I find so impressive. And I also told her, and they wanted to go on a road trip, but something else came up for them, so they decided to sell it. And the contact just was so nice right from the beginning. It actually felt more like buying from a friend than from a stranger, and this is exactly how I want life to flow and how these transactions can also work. So the first thing I did is to just check the car, look into all the different places, and I did find some interesting things there. The car was owned by 3 other people before, so there were some old things there. So yeah, I gave everything a good clean, I tidied everything, and yeah. Then I started with more practical things. I had just gotten a new mattress, so this was a great coincidence, because now I could use the old one, and we cut a piece of it at the end off, so it fit perfectly in the new bed in the van. My mom also helped me with that and with making the sheets, and yeah, I was very happy about the new comfortable bed. As I said, the van was built really nicely, but there were still quite a few things I needed to get and that needed to be done. For example, putting up a mosquito net and just practical little things like that. But these details are what make all the difference. That everything has a place, that it goes, even the toilet paper. It makes just for a good atmosphere and feeling at home, and I really enjoy this part and thinking about all the details.
Und dann da mal nochmal.
Achso, sagt das jetzt dann. Was schaut?
Das kann.
So I don't really know what lies ahead yet. Whether I'm gonna do full-time van life or just go on road trips. But this opportunity has come, so something must be waiting. And I do know that I can fully trust wherever life takes me. It has always been like this. Looking back, we can connect the dots. That's not always as easy looking forward. The departure has already been delayed for over 2 months, and I've been in the waiting for much longer. But that's also part of it, the unknown. It makes us grow. I've decided to start vlogging again, so I guess we'll discover together.